Hello comrades, CommissarBRO here today with a sort of awkward 2,000 subscriber special. I've never really been good at these special things, as you know, in the past, and I don't really have a lot of time because I'm actually about to go on a trip in probably the next hour or so. So, yeah, I've been incredibly busy. I've traveled over 7,000 miles across the United States in the past month. So the fact that I've even been able to keep the content, up to par is quite ridiculous, frankly. But yeah, so I figured what I would do with this particular special is just kind of answer a few questions that have been asked about the Commissar over the years, the past 2 years, because that's how long we've been doing this, right? And I figured, I would explain a little bit more about myself until I get back. And when I actually get back, I have a pretty special video I'm going to do. I will give you a hint. It's going to be the next episode of the CommissarBRO show, for those of you who actually like to watch that. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's when I get back, I'm going to start working on a new episode for that, and I'm pretty excited about it, I must say. But I'm not really going to give too much more details in terms of that. But anyway, so let's get on with the questions. So the first question I guess I'll answer is I've been asked in the past, what are some of my favorite games? What are some of the series that I like the most? Well, it's a really hard question to answer because there's so many video games that I love. Like, seriously, there's a lot of video games that I really enjoy playing. From the Total War series, give or take, except for the past couple. That's not a game of that. To the, Age of Empires 2 back in the 90s, Uprising, again back in the 90s, Terminal Velocity, again back in the 90s. Those are probably my 3 favorite 90s games for the PC. I used to love Nintendo 64 as well, and I've got tons of N64 games that I love as well. Especially like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, both phenomenal games. Again, I know everyone said it a million times over, but they are very well worth their title and what they've been known for. So, you've got those. And then, like, Battle for Middle-earth 2. I love Battle for Middle-earth 2. It's actually probably my favorite Lord of the Rings game. And it's a phenomenal strategy game. Probably the best of the whole, that used that command and conquer formula. And then Star Wars Empire at War. I used to love that game. But anyway, I could go on for a while, trust me. So another question that constantly gets asked is, how did I come up with the name for the Commissar, CommissarBRO? How did I come up with that name? Well, it's funny. Because it's kind of it's a two-pronged question, really. Like, a lot of people think when they hear CommissarBRO, oh, hey, communist. And it probably doesn't help that my favorite colors are red, black, and gold. And so, yeah, it kind of took on a life of its own as the channel's grown. And a lot of people really liked the whole, Soviet-esque, look to it. So I just kind of kept with it. But I'm not a communist, so it's probably something that in time is going to change in terms of overall look. I'll probably keep the same colors, but I'll aim for different artwork and type stuff, so people don't get understood in that sense. I'm a universalist, really. I think everybody should have their beliefs and opinions, and they should be free to express those opinions, and they shouldn't really be stifled. So, I'm not really, that's about as political as I'm going to get, really, aside from the Superpower 2 videos. Oh, that's another game that's one of my favorites that I completely forgot. Superpower 2 Making History. How the fuck did I forget that? But anyway, so yeah, so the name CommissarBRO actually came from the, basically, back with Battle for Middle-earth 2, when you would have to sign on to EA's servers. They had, for every game, they had, Battle for Middle-earth Online, Command and Conquer Generals Online, so on and so forth. And I would always forget my username. My usernames would be, Commander Brad, Commander Bro, so on and so forth. And it just got to the point where I kept forgetting, and I kept tying new names to my CD keys. So I came up with a new one, and it was Commissar Brad, and then CommissarBRO. Because I really liked Warhammer 40k. I was a huge fan of Warhammer 40k. Dawn of War is freaking amazing. And the lore behind it's just phenomenal, if I haven't made that clear in past videos. So, and that's kind of where I got the Commissar thing. I used to love the Imperial Guard. Again, a little misleading, so yeah. Yeah, but that's actually where the name came from, it was one that I made up here. And when I was creating my YouTube channel, I actually initially wanted my name to be Necronic. But the way they had set up the Google thing, like you had to have a first and last name. So, unfortunately, and even like when I do the CommissarBRO artwork, I always make it one word. Because that's how I've always made it, was one word, not two. So, yeah. Again, something that didn't really turn out the way it was supposed to. But, yeah, so that's actually where I came up with the name from. It was initially a name I used to use in my old, as a gamer tag for EA games, like Battlefield Middle-earth 2. Another name that I was actually considering was OMFG the Pizza Man. Again, another name that I used and I really loved, and it was a pretty close contender between the two names. So yeah, that's actually where this name came from. Another question that fondly gets asked for some reason or another is like, what type of vehicle do I drive? I don't really know why it gets asked, but for those who are curious, I drive a 2003 Dodge Ram. Yeah, a truck. I guess it goes with the beard, you know. Yeah. But anyway, I don't really know why that question gets asked. But yeah, for some reason it's been asked about 4 or 5 times. Who is your inspiration for YouTube? Well, there's actually about 3, really. When I first started my channel, I didn't watch YouTube at all, really. I didn't. I think the only person I watched was Total Biscuit. And this was back, and that was when I watched like his WoW Cataclysm videos. Back before he was this huge, WTF Fizz guy, back before all that. And when I started my channel, that's kind of who I took inspiration from. And I mean, if you go and you look at the original CommissarBRO show episode, or even, not even just the episode, just like my Let's Plays, they're pretty bad. I had no personality, really. I just talked and played the game. And friends, family, whatnot supported me and supported my little hobby. And then one thing led to another, and now we are where we are today, right? Yeah, it's beautiful. Another question gets asked is, what's up with the accents? We can clearly tell you're not British or whatever. Yeah, that's true. I'm not, obviously. I was actually raised in Germany. I was born in the United States, but I was raised in Germany. And I used to do accents a lot. Like, I really love doing, like, Scottish and Irish accents. Just talk like that and whatnot. And then, like, the Scottish, I love, just saying random shit with accents. It was fun, and, I've just kind of carried that on. And one of my technicians, and a lot of people ask about the Stewie accent that I kind of have going on. And actually, that accent came from when I was working at a car dealership, and one of my technicians, Kevin, he would always talk to me, "Hey, Brad, hey, I've got your ticket right here. Do you think you could pass it back to me?" "Oh, yeah, sure, Kevin, I've got you right here." So, yeah, that's basically where that accent came from and why I even used it. Another question is people ask me about my beard. How do I keep it so long? I don't know. It grows. When it gets too bushy and scratchy and itchy, I shave it. That's what I do. What's some other stuff I do in my free time? Well, I'm a full-time student. I have a job. And then I do the YouTube as much as I possibly can because this is my favorite thing to do. I love doing the videos. I love this channel. Like, I really do. It started out as kind of like a pet project of sorts and has now turned into something that's like, this is actually my hobby. This kind of revitalized gaming for me. And it brought me back. Like, because I was getting really disenchanted with video games and whatnot for a while there. So that's actually why I started doing these videos again, and they've brought me back into the whole hobby, and I love it, and I'm very happy I started doing this in the first place, so yeah. But anyway, that's the point. So yeah, I'm a full-time student, I'm a president of a club at my school, and like I said, I've got a job. Pretty much for the past 2.5 years I've been doing the channel. There's only been about 6 months there where I didn't have a job. So I've pretty much been going, and that's why, like, especially these past 5 months with the whole CommissarBRO show episodes, why they basically haven't happened, and even just like the acting and the full scripted stuff. The reason it's not happening as quickly as it used to is because I don't have time to do it. Like, I mean, it's very time consuming. You never realize when you're watching somebody like JonTron or AVGN, so on, you never realize just how much work those guys put into it until you start doing it yourself. When you actually start doing that stuff yourself, you realize, oh man, you got to worry about lighting. Like, and I know for this video, the lighting's going to be absolutely terrible, but whatever. But yeah, you got to worry about lighting, scripting, video editing, effects if you can get them in there, and then you have to start worrying about the legality of like music and sound and video footage, and it really gets. It's time consuming. It's incredibly time consuming to contact the people you need to get the things done that you need to. And like one thing I've always been really bad at is artwork. And because I can't draw or create art, really, aside from these videos, I have to rely on other people to send in submissions and stuff, which doesn't happen very often. So hint, hint, if you want to send in CommissarBRO fan art, I'm all for it. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, it's very time consuming. You don't really realize it. And then when you try to tie that into actual real life stuff, you know, it's busy. It's very, very busy. I'm not trying to make this sound like a pity story, but it is kind of one of those things I do like, you know, I would like you guys to understand. I would love to focus almost purely on just impression videos and actual CommissarBRO show episodes in a similar vein as JonTron or AVGN. But unfortunately, I just don't have time. I've found I'm only able to do one once every few months. So, yeah, so that's something else. Plus suggestions help too. Like if there's actual games you would like to see done through that method of video, like that type of review, just let me know. I'll look into it. It makes it a lot easier than me trying to figure it out myself. Because yeah, generally I generally pick games I like. So if I pick a game that I like, I'm just gonna sit there and kiss its ass the whole video, and it's just gonna be like, yeah, well, that wasn't much of a review, was it? I mean, take my Endless Legend review, for example. That was a prime example of me just being so into this game and just like, oh my god, this game is so amazing. I didn't really say anything bad about it. Like, I mean, there wasn't a lot bad about it. I mean, there's a couple things that were kind of, you know, tedious, but the game overall was amazing. So yeah. But anyway, I'm just rambling. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good. I think that's a pretty good, you know, explanation of who I am and whatnot. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask in the comment section, and I will be glad to, you know, talk more if there's something you guys want to know about me. I've never been shy about replying back to comments. You guys know that. Even the meanest, rudest comments, I try to respond back to and kill them with kindness. So yeah, I mean, if there's something you guys want to know, just let me know. I feel like, and sorry if this video is kind of not what you expected or something else. And I promise when I get back from my trip that I will do something a little bit more 2,000 special subs, yeah, flashy and shit. But I felt like this would be a good way, you know, a good time anyway, to explain who I am as a YouTuber and as a person, so that you guys know more about me rather than, you know, not at all. I feel like that's part of being a good YouTuber, I guess, is being able to convey and communicate with your fans and your subs and your friends. So yeah, I thought this might be a good idea. So yeah, anyway, awkwardness aside, it's been real, guys. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. This has been CommissarBRO, and I will see you next time.